Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are a returning subscriber, oh my god, you guys are the real MVP. And if you're just joining us on this channel, oh god, you're missing a lot. Please kindly click on that subscribe button because you know what? You're going to learn a lot as regards UI UX, how you can make use of Figma and Adobe XD in your design and lots more. So please click on that subscribe button now. Thank you. So in this video, we are going to learn about loading animation. Alright, but this video is going to focus on loading animation part 1. Alright, so because I'm still going to do a video on loading animation part 2 and now part 3. You guys can watch out for that, okay? But this video is going to focus on loading animation part 1. All right, so first off, we go to our text here, or you can click on your T on your keyboard. Okay, so all right, so once we click that, we want to write what we want to put here, and that is loading, right? Okay, loading L. So we are going to be doing it individually, but let's increase the font so that we can see what we're doing properly. Okay, and also let's change this font to Roboto Mono. Let me click on R. So alright, so we have it here. Okay, so let's use that. Okay, so we have our L, so let's duplicate. Let's put this to 0. Alright, let's duplicate again. Control D to duplicate, please don't forget. Let's do A. Alright, let's duplicate again. Okay, let's put this to D. Alright, let's duplicate again. I. Okay, duplicate. This is N. Let's duplicate again. Ctrl D to duplicate. Okay, G. Alright, so we have it. Let me just put it the way I want us to. I can now select the rest and just tidy it. Let's come here. We come to this alignment here. Alright, tidy up. And we also come to this. Okay, alright, so we have it. Let's put it to the middle. Let's put it to the middle. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is we bring our rectangle here. Let's place it on it. Okay, alright, and this is okay. Let's just raise it up a bit. Alright, okay, so but then let's bring this rectangle from here, let's bring it down so that we can mask it very well the way we want it to be. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we select everything all together. Alright, me try and reduce this so that it will be the same space from here to here. Okay, so we're good. Alright, so you come here, you use as mask, okay, or you can right click to use as mask. Alright, okay, anyone you want, or this is faster, just come here, use as mask. Okay, can you see that? Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we are going to select our letters, alright, one after the other. Okay, so to select that, you can just press down your shift key and you come to the last one here to select everything at once. Alright, so then you want to bring out the loading text from the mask rectangle. Alright, so we are going to use our arrow key to bring it down. Okay, can you see? Now we can't see the loading anymore. Okay, so that is the first step. Then you come here to where we have our desktop one to duplicate. Alright, Ctrl D to duplicate to have another frame. Alright, so we have our desktop two, right? Okay, so we come here to this drop down arrow because this here they are for desktop one, so but what we want to work on is on desktop 2. Okay, so we come here, click on the drop down arrow to see desktop 2, what we have inside desktop 2. All right, so we want to bring this our L up. Okay, so you click on it. All right, then you come to your keyboard, the upper arrow key, you click on it to bring up your L. Okay, now we are seeing our L. Okay, we can see it now. Fine. Okay, all right, awesome. Okay, so we do the same thing to the other letters. Okay, you Ctrl D to duplicate, so we now have desktop 3. We come to desktop 3, we bring down the arrow button so that we can see what we have in desktop 3. The next thing we are bringing up is O, right? Okay, so we click on O, then we go to our keyboard, come to our keyboard here, click on the upper arrow key to bring up our O. Okay, so we have our O. So we do the same for the other letters. All right, so we come here, Ctrl D, okay, to duplicate. All right, so we have 4. So we come here, we click on A. All right, because we want to bring our A up. Okay, we're pressing our arrow upper key. All right, okay, I think you're okay, you're on track. All right, okay, so we do the other letters too. We do that the same for D, for I, for N, for G. Okay, so I'm going to be fast about this one, the others, so that please won't waste much of our time. Okay, Alright, so we come to our desktop, the first one we have here. Okay, so let's connect this to our desktop too. Okay, so we come to this on click, we're going to put it to after delay. Alright, so we are going to put this 800 to, let's put it to 200 because we want it to be fast, we want it to be slow. Alright, so 200. Then this instance we are going to put it to smart animate. Okay, let's put it to smart animate. So our smart animate, we want, let's put this to ease in, ease out, ease in, ease out. Okay, we have it here. Alright, then 300 milliseconds. Okay, alright, so for this one you can actually put it to any of this. Okay, but I just love this ease in, ease out personally. Okay, alright, so let's prototype the next one too. Let's prototype from desktop 2 to 3. Alright, okay, so we're going to do the same after delay, and this we put it to 200 because we want everything to come out the same time. Smart animate is in, is out 300, we're good to go. Alright, so let's do the next. Desktop 3, we connect. Okay, so here after delay 200. Alright, so the rest I think we are good. Smart animate, we are the same. Okay, so that's what you're going to do to every other one. Okay, so I'm going to be fast with this other one so that at least we won't waste much of our time again. Alright, so thank you. Okay, so now let's prototype it to see what we've actually done. Alright, so let's see. So let's click here, then let's play it. Okay, present. Alright, okay, so now, so what you're going to do next, let's continue. We are good with what we have here, so let's continue with how we want it to actually come out. Okay, alright guys, so let's move to the next phase of our design. Okay, so we click here, we Control D to duplicate. Alright, okay, so we have this. So what we're doing next is this text, this loading text here, we are moving it up. If you could remember, initially at the initial stage, it was, we moved the text, this loading text, we moved it down. Okay, but this next phase now want to move this text up. All right, such that the next frame, which will be desktop 10, we are going to do the inverse of what we did in the first stage. Okay, so that means we're going to start from the back, we are going to move this G down, move N down like that. Okay, so let's just start. Okay, so that at least you can understand what I'm trying to communicate here. All right, so we come here, let's bring down this, we click our drop down arrow. All right, so let's select our text. You press down your shift, you select one of the text, then you press down your shift so that you can select everything at once. Okay, so this time we are moving the loading text up. All right, so we are moving it up. Great. Okay, all right, remember the way we did it the first time. Okay, so but this one you are doing it inverse. Okay, inverse direction. Okay, Control D again to duplicate. All right, so let's come here, bring down our arrow. All right, then we come to G. I told you that we are starting from the back. Initially we started from the front, which is L, but now we are starting from G. Okay, which is the last letter in loading. Okay, so let's bring it in, press down your down arrow to bring it down. Okay, we're good. Yes, we're good. Okay, so we duplicate again, Control D to duplicate. All right, then we come here to click on N. All right, N is the next. Okay, we bring down our N. All right, no, it's too much. On the same line, you have to watch out for the blue line. Okay, nice. Okay, so we duplicate again, Control D. We come here, bring down the arrow so that we can see what we have in desktop 12. Then our next letter we are bringing down is high. All right, okay, so we come to our keyboard, we come to our down arrow, bring it down. Okay, it's too much, too much. You can even big it with your high. I use the blue line. Okay, so we do the same for the other letters too. So at this junction I'm going to be fast about it. So alright guys, so we have our loading, it's complete now. Okay, so now let's try to prototype it to see the effect. Okay, alright, so let's go back to, okay, we stopped here. So for this one now, because this is where we have the full letters, okay, I will want it to stay a bit. Okay, let's do the prototype. Okay, let's click here. Okay, so it just come here. All right, so you connect. Okay, so we still put it to after delay. Okay, so this time we're going to leave it to this 800 milliseconds. Okay, using that, okay, we want it to stay a while. Okay, so that you can actually read this before we move to the next effect. Okay, so we want people to be able to read this text. All right, so we are okay with 800. Okay, so that's fine. So for our next for this one now, let's connect this to this one. Okay, so this one we're still going to put it to after delay, but this time it's going to be 200. All right, then of course smart animate, ease in, ease out, 300 milliseconds. Okay, so we are good. All right, so same thing with this one too. Let's connect. All right, after delay, let's put it to 200. Okay, all right, so basically that's what you're going to do for the orders. Okay, let's connect this. Okay, after delay, all right, 200. So at this point I'm going to be fast so that we can quickly finish up. All right, in that case, but we want to allow this also to stay for a while. Okay, so let's connect it. We are going to leave it to 800 the way we did the other one with the full loading text. Okay, all right, so let's connect it to the first. Let's move it. Okay, all right, we're almost there. Okay, so this is it. Okay, so now after delay, okay, then 800. all right, smart animate. Okay, so we are good. All right, so you can click here to present it or to play it so that please you can see the effect. Okay, play. So in case you want to use the loading effect itself on your design and you don't want this frame and all that, okay, so what you do is you select everything. All right, select everything, okay, all right, so once you're done selecting everything, this thing is long. Okay, so this is it. So we then do Control D to duplicate. All right, so we have double that. Okay, so we're going to move it up. Okay, all right, so that's it. Let's go and see what we've done. So we have double of this. So what we do with this first one is I just copied that so that at least you can actually do what you want to, the effect you want to display. You can do it on the first, on the actual one rather. Alright, so we have the duplicate of this first one. We have it here, okay? Alright, so what we're going to do is, so we'll come here, we select space, then we close the hide, the fill, close the hide. So we have it in a transparent frame, okay? Alright, so we're going to do same for everything. We're going to close the hide, the fill, close the hide of the fill. Alright, so we do same for everything. We have it. Alright, so we have it. We've turned off the high of the fill for all this. Okay. Alright. So the next thing we're going to do is to select everything. Select everything. The frame. Select everything. Select everything. Alright, that's the last. So then, so what we do is we come here. Alright, we come to components, this component icon. We click on the drop down arrow beside it. Then we create everything as component set. Okay, create components what set. Okay, so that's what. So now everything is now component. Okay, so assuming we have, like, assuming this is our project that we are working on, let's give it a color. Let's give it 0. Alright, so let's give it 0, 14, 0, 13, any other color you want. Let's replace this color. Alright, so now assuming this is the project we've been working on and we want to display the loading effect on this. Alright, so I already have this. We've already created our transparent frame with component set. Alright, so we then come to assets. Alright, so from assets we can bring this out here. Alright, okay, so we have it. So let's go and play it to see the effect. Alright guys, so this is the end of our loading animation part 1. Alright, so I need you to watch out for part 2 and also part 3, where I'll be showing us another style that you can use to animate your loading. Okay, alright, so if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe and also give a thumbs up to this video so that people can see it as a valuable content to share to others. Alright, thank you guys. See you in my next video.